Okay, we're going to make this quick. We've got our top 3 finishers from today's second Superbike race of the weekend here at Weather Raceway Laguna Seca. Our winner, Bobby Fong, second place, Josh Herron, and third place, Cameron Bobier. We'll get started with Cameron. It's his 8th podium of the year. You had a crash yesterday. We're able to remount and get some points that might prove valuable later in the season. You started to come back to them. You'd let them get away obviously a bit too much, but then you started to come back. Is it just, were you regaining some confidence?
I'd say a little bit. I was just stuck in those low mid 124s, and that's all I could do. I couldn't go any faster than that. I was just struggling mid and exit right now, trying to find some grip to keep up with these guys. And yeah, we're in a little bit of a tough spot right now, but yeah, we're just gonna keep working hard and see what we can come back with for race 3.
It'd be kind of cool if we had 3 different winners over these 3 races. So.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Yeah.
All right, we'll take that. All right, second place today, Josh Herron. It's his 9th podium. Obviously, he was yesterday's winner. He has a championship points lead of, I believe it's 27. What was different today from yesterday?
Nothing. I mean, the beginning of the race, I really wanted to get the whole shot, just kind of like run my pace. I felt like I was going real slow, and those guys were right behind me, and I just started clicking away, 23.7, 23.7, 23.7. It felt super easy, and then all of a sudden I just started sliding everywhere, reduced the TC so it would not hold me back as much, and I was just sliding around like a grease monkey. I was like hearing the thing just howling, like just initial touch of the throttle, bike would kick sideways, and it was howling like I was backing it in, putting a bunch of weight on the tire. So it was pretty nuts because it'd kick sideways and then just start spinning. And my hand went super numb trying to fight it. So I just had nothing for Bob. He came by me. I tried my hardest. I dropped like a half second once he got by me and kind of latched on, but he had like 2/10 on me every lap. So at that point, I just wanted to make sure that Cam behind me was staying there and just try to fight him off so we can keep points lead growing a little bit. So pumped to go into race 3 and happy that I'm feeling as good as I am after the get off on Friday.
I think you said on the podium that you weren't sure who it was behind you.
Yeah, I wish we had something on the board, even if the guys just gave me a 50 or a 6 on the board just so I knew. I have a ×1 on there, so it tells me how many guys are behind me, but I didn't know who it was. And just to reserve some energy for the second race, I probably, if I knew it was Bob, would have just relaxed a little bit because I thought it was Cam. But yeah, I mean, either way, it's probably better that I don't know because then I just kept fighting going forward. But yeah.
All right, thank you. Our winner today, Bobby Fong. It's his first win of the year, 6th career MotoAmerica Superbike win. What was different for you today? I think yesterday maybe you didn't strike early enough. Did that change your plan today? Like, I'm going to try this a bit earlier?
It's always you look back on races and you're like, oh man, I should have done this. But I done everything I could yesterday. No regrets. And Josh rode a good race. He was better than me yesterday, and he was right. I mean, today's race was super. I mean, it was slippery yesterday too, but it's so slippery out there, and this Yamaha likes to roll, so that's kind of using that in our advantage a little bit. So this next one, I'm sure it's going to even be a little bit more slippery with the temperatures going up. So it's definitely going to be, who has a better tire, who's managing it, not managing the tire, but just who can, deal with sliding the least amount out there. But we got another one to do it, and like to end the weekend on a high, but I'm happy to be up here and just continuing the forward progress and fighting with these two world-class guys, man. They're fast, and it's always a pleasure to be up here with them.
Were you worried when he got a couple of seconds on you?
A little bit, he goes so good, and it's not like Josh sometimes, he likes to sit back and, play his cards a little bit different, but he had super good pace, and I had nothing for him in the beginning, and then I could see him sliding a little bit at the end, and then, I can manage, the slide a little bit better for whatever reason, I'm not sure, but I could see him coming back a little bit, so that gave me a little more itch to, latch on a little bit closer, but like I said, it worked in our favor, and we got another one to worry about now.
Okay, thank you guys. Thanks. Any questions? Okay, thanks.
Okay, we'll get started here. The top 3 finishers in today's Motivation Supersport Race 2 here at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. We will start with third place finisher, Strack Racing Yamaha's Matthew Skoltz. So, Matthew, how was today? I want to ask you about the grip to start with. Was it about the same as yesterday, or did it seem even slipperier?
Well, I want to talk about that. No, I'm just kidding. So this is going to be a little bit calmer today, boys. Yeah, the track was definitely a little bit more slippery today. I mean, I was closing front into almost every single corner. I don't know if I was just trying to keep up with old Blake on the brakes here, but he was crazy deep. I'm more of a roll speed guy, so it's kind of difficult to give him 1 or 2 bike lengths braking and try to make it up into the corner. But overall, I was pretty happy with the race. The first couple of laps, I was struggling. To run those hard 26s felt like I was on the absolute limit. But the second half of the race, once the fuel load kind of dropped out, I felt that I had a little bit more pace, but just really hard to get past Blake. He's super late on the brakes, and I was kind of lining up a move for the second last corner out of Rainy Curb. I felt I was getting a little bit better drive there. And then Cam made a really good move, and then just for the last lap and a half, I was just praying that these two guys would kind of start to bang bars, and that never really happened. I had to settle for third, but overall, we came here hoping to kind of claw a few points back on the championship, and we did manage that. Laguna isn't really the best track for me. We go to VIR next, which on the Superbike I was really good at, and it seems that translates over to the Supersport bike as well, so I'm looking forward to that. Back in Georgia, it's been high 90s. I've been training in that heat, and I know that the VIR race is going to be sweaty, so looking forward to that round and just trying to carry on this championship charge. Well done to Cam. It's always good to see my friend up here. Well done to Blake, my teammate. Beat us in both races, and I don't know how many points he has back in the championship, but you can't count him out, huh?
Right. So, Matthew, one thing real quick. So, obviously, it was a different guy on a Ducati, basically same kind of bike. Is the dynamic different? Do you race Cam just as hard as you do any other rider out there?
Yeah, I mean, of course. If he was in front of me, I would have definitely tried to pass him. But, it's always... I can't lie. When I'm following PJ, he's my main championship rival at this stage. Who knows what's going to happen in the final part of the season. But when you're racing against a championship rival and you're both in third and fourth, you're basically passing for the win. You know what I mean? So it definitely gives you a little bit more of a oomph to try to make those sketchy passes. And today, once I kind of looked back and saw that PJ was, 2-3 seconds back, that like urge to make a really sketchy move on Blake just kind of dropped out the back of my head, and maybe I should go back and kind of look at that slightly and not worry too much about the championship and actually just worry about racing this bike and actually doing what is happening in front of me and not thinking too far, So that's definitely a lesson that I have to learn for the next race, but I'm looking forward to it. And the second half of the season definitely are some very strong tracks for me, so looking forward to getting to more flowing corners on the side of the tire, and the kind of suits my riding style and the R9 bike. But yeah, just happy to be up on the podium, clawing points back in the championship, and thank you to my team.
Okay, Cam Peterson, great finish for you, especially with all the adversity you're doing, racing 2 classes and all that. So it's felt like your bike, I'm comparing it to the other team who runs the same brand. It felt like you had more pace this weekend. You could see it yesterday that you were coming. So I'm not going to, it wasn't really a surprise, I thought, that you were really strong today. Did you feel that too, that you had better pace maybe than PJ?
Yeah, I mean, obviously yesterday's race, the pace I was able to run yesterday gave me a lot of confidence. But, I felt like coming out of MotoAmerica, I was just starting to get the ball rolling with the team and the bike. And then, unfortunately, we stayed on the Monday, the bagger locked up and ended up separating my shoulder. So going into the ridge put us, quite a long way back just dealing with my shoulder. So it just seems like any time I start getting some momentum, something unlucky happens. But this weekend, the shoulder didn't really bother me that much. The team did an incredible job. And I feel like, if I just don't have anything else go wrong with me and my body, then I feel like I'm able to run the pace and get it done. But yeah, for sure. I mean, in today's race, once these boys got past PJ, I was behind him. I for sure felt like I had a lot more pace. But yeah, like I said, it's nice to have a weekend with no drama. Just do laps in every single session, and I think that's just what I need at this stage of this year.
Okay, great. All right, Blake, how are you feeling today? You're probably, that was weird yesterday. You were in the middle of something and you had that face the whole time, like kind of smiling, kind of, should I be here? I'm not really sure. You're probably feeling a little more comfortable to win this one today, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, definitely a lot more comfortable. You know, these guys are pretty laid back and definitely a lot less awkward for me today. But yeah, I mean, it feels amazing to be back up here. Once again, I feel like we had a slow pace. I feel like we should have had more, but the track was really greasy out there. You know, I feel I can get better at leading the races. I fall off at the end, and I know I shouldn't be doing that. I know I should have the same pace all race and just have to get more comfortable with sliding around a little bit at the end.
Right. We'll be going to VIR. It's pretty close to your house. It's probably, you consider it your home track?
Yes and no. I live only about an hour away from there, but that's probably the MotoAmerica track I've ridden the least out of anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way it always is. You guys, you know, just because you live near a track doesn't mean you ride there any more than anybody, but sometimes being close, you know, does help a little bit. There's a factor. I'm sure we'll have a lot of fans there, right, and family.
Yeah, we'll have the home crowd out there, so that's always nice. Just most of the track days and races that run at VIR, you had to be 16 to race, so I couldn't do that for quite a long time, but yeah, I mean, just excited to get back home. You know, just a lot more relaxed. All my family and friends will be out there, and I'll be able to, you know, breathe a little bit more throughout the weekend and hang out with everybody I love, and it should be amazing for me.
Okay, so one more for you, Blake, and we've seen this happen throughout history of road racing. So you have figured out how to win, and you doubled here. It's your third win. Once you figure it out, is there some kind of intangible that you feel like, okay, I now know what I have to do to be there, so maybe I'm going to keep doing it?
Yes and no. I mean, you know, the whole weekend you have to be at the front, but with these guys right on me, it's not like I'm just going to come out and win the rest of the races or even win, you know, half of them. I sure would love to, but, you know, I have to work a lot harder for it. So, yeah, just keep working, and, you know, I know how to win, but it's not easy with all of these guys to race against.
Understood. All right. Thank you. Any questions? All right. Guess we're good. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, we've got our top three finishers from today's third Superbike race here at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. Our winner for the second time today, Bobby Fong. Second place for the second time today, Josh Herron. And third place for the third time today, Cameron Bobier. We'll get started with Cameron. It's his 9th podium of the year. Cameron, I know you were disappointed after the Ridge, but yet you kind of expected to maybe struggle there. You're obviously disappointed now because I don't think you expected to struggle here. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. Coming into this track, you know, this track's always treated me pretty well. I've had some good wins here in the past and had a lot of success. It's one of my favorite tracks in the world. So yeah, coming here and getting my butt kicked like we did. It sucks, especially after, you know, the speed we showed on Saturday morning in qualifying. But I can do a couple good laps when the tire's fresh, but as soon as it drops, I was really struggling to hold my line and roll through the track with these guys. And I was kind of resorted to just trying to make it up all on the brakes, and it gets pretty risky out there when you're relying on that. So. Yeah, we got some work to do. I tried to do everything I could to hang on to him today. I'm honestly pretty stoked with how I rode because I left it all out there. I did everything I could, and it wasn't enough. So gonna go back and figure out how we can be better. And like I said out there on the podium, hats off to Bob. Awesome weekend with 2 wins. Same with Josh. They're both riding really good right now, and the level of the Superbike class is pretty gnarly at the top right now.
With the tracks coming up, are you worried about them, or do you feel like the tracks coming up might save you a little bit?
I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah, I'm a little worried right now. I thought we'd be in a better spot coming into this weekend. Like I said, with the success we've had here, I know I'm good here, and that wasn't the case. So we got some work to do.
All right. Well, thank you and congrats. Second place today, Josh Herron. It's his 10th podium of the year. I believe the championship points lead now is up to 31. Obviously, 2 second places today. Was it a case of being okay because you finished ahead of the guy that you really needed to?
Yeah. I feel like today with the crash on Friday, like yesterday took a lot out of me. Second day was a little bit more sore than I thought I'd be, but also once I got going, I felt better than I thought I would based on how I felt. And today, it was kind of like, going into the first race, it was, let's see what happens. Second race, I just told myself, all right, we got a first and a second. If I can just get a third right now, we got a good points haul for the weekend. Just take it, be happy. And then my mind just kind of switched. I got into that, the mode that I was in and just wanted to battle it up and see what happened. And, Bobby had super good pace, and I just wanted to play a little bit of chess this weekend, to be honest. Like, I knew what I needed to do coming out of here if I could get a good points haul. If I could get Bobby to win, if I couldn't win and then be ahead of Cam, that was the next goal, right? If I couldn't win the race. So I'm super happy that we were able to do that. I exceeded my expectations for today because, like I said, I was totally content with third, and to be able to battle like we did up till the end I was happy with it. So to be leaving here with a 31-point lead when we came in with an 8 or 9 or something like that is huge. None of us have been to VIR in a while, but it's a track that I've had a lot of success at, and I know both these guys have too. So, I'm excited to go there. I think everybody is. And then Mid-Ohio, we did the double out last year, so it's really just kind of see how VIR goes, and then pumped to go into Mid-Ohio. But hats off to my whole team for all the hard work.
At what point do you start to worry about the guy in the middle?
I mean, always. It's not that I'm not worried about him this weekend, but he was just riding so good that I didn't want to make any dumb moves and throw it down the road or run really wide just trying to keep up. I'm always worried. I mean, we came back from 40-something points a couple rounds ago to now a 31-point lead, so it can happen in, like a switch. So you always got to be ready, but we've all been here for a really long time. We know how it goes. So you just got to give it your all every weekend, but also know when it's okay to relax a little bit and give up 5 points.
All right, thank you. Our winner today, Bobby Fong. It's his 7th career victory, obviously 2 in a row here at Laguna Seca. That was very similar to race 2. I mean, race 2, you were patient, you made your strike, and you were able to pull away. You probably figured it worked this morning. Let's try it again.
Man, honestly, in the first few laps, I thought it was going to be a long race. I had a few moments in the first few laps, and then battling with these guys, I thought we're just going to scrap the whole race. And it was fun for a little bit. SDK got his nose in there, so it was good. And then I saw that Heron kind of caught on to some of the strong sections of the track that I was doing, so he kind of picked it up. He learned and picked it up and kind of gathered, a few tenths in some of those sectors. So I thought it was really going to be a long race because he could pull a little gap, and it's kind of the yo-yo effect, and then Cam was in there. And honestly, I just knew to just keep my head down and just do my laps. And, I didn't think we were going to get the W for how I felt in the first few laps out there. The thing would just break loose out of nowhere. Like right in the middle of the turn, you just kind of tip in, and the thing would just let go. Well, worse in the second race, but, the temperatures got up. So we just kind of managed and just kept our roll speed. And, I knew these guys behind me, for a little bit would be fighting it out and maybe slowing the pace up. I'm not sure what was going on, but I'm happy to get out of here with two wins and just to continue our progression.
Have you found the sweet spot in the bike where you're just able to make little changes when we go to new tracks, or is it a little early to say that?
Richard, we're trying everything. You know what I mean? Like we do have a sweet spot for sure. Where we do have a sweet spot, but we're always trying to improve. Just because we found a sweet spot, we're always trying to see how we can improve the Yamaha R1. And I like that. Honestly, it is cool to stick with the baseline, but I like to always try new stuff to see if it's better, see if it's worse. And usually it's nice to go to each track with the same bike, but each track brings a little bit of different stuff. And man, each track we go into, every year it's been different. One year it's really grippy or new paved, or like this year we come here and it's really slippery. There's bumps everywhere, so it's hard to use the same setting everywhere. So we do have a window, but we're still testing stuff.
And my last question: do you feel like could have an opportunity to win this championship?
Man, I'm really far from thinking about the championships at this moment because we have some tracks that both these guys are good at, and we have a lot of racing to go. I know if we just continue our path and just keep putting our work, we should be there. I mean, that's what's expected of me. But I'm definitely not thinking about it. I just want to go race at a time, and if we continue to stay steady, hopefully, I just want to be in the fight in the last round, which would be nice.
All right, any questions?
Mason Blue, Monterey Herald. A question for Bob. You've got your first 2 wins of the season today, what's going through your mind? Where's your confidence level at with this new momentum heading into the next race weekend?
Honestly, the confidence is high with anybody. You know, you get some wins, you have some confidence, and like Josh said, we haven't. You know, a lot of us haven't raced at VIR in a while, and it could bring some different aspects. I'm sure that it's going to be a group of us as always, but I'm looking forward to go there. I'm sure it's going to be hotter than hell there, and you know, none of us are from the East Coast, so I'm sure we're all going to be suffering with the humidity and heat there. But confidence is feeling good at the moment, but it could be over in a blink of an eye. That's just how this game works.
Anybody else? Okay, thank you and congrats.
Thanks.
Okay, we've got our top 3 finishers from today's final race here at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. Our winner, Kyle Wyman, second place, Rocco Landers, and third place, Tyler O'Hara. We'll get started with Tyler. Tyler, a very tough day yesterday. Turned things around today, and you're on the podium, so it's always better to end strong than start strong, I guess.
Yeah, definitely lots of adversity yesterday. I kept myself in it. I never gave up yesterday, and then obviously it was the red flag yesterday, and we had some gremlins, and did my start from my hot pit and ripped down pit lane and got in a little trouble for that, but stayed in it, and then was able to finish the race. And then obviously today we were penalized, so I had to start from the back row, and I knew it was going to be a challenge, and I knew I had to be very aggressive from the word go in the first 2 laps, and that was my MO. And I was up 3rd or 4th and coming out of turn 2, and then I kind of got shuffled back. Everybody was riding extremely hard, and obviously we're all on the limit. You can tell we're really on the limit on these things. Guys are crashing, and they were dropping like flies, and they were just coming to me. And then honestly, I thought Bradley and Kyle were racing for the front, and then I saw Hayden coming down Rainey on the last lap run wide, and I'm like, okay, you know, because I know they were probably racing hard, and you know, what do they say? It's better to be lucky than good sometimes. And today, you know, it was a lot of luck in our corner. But hats off to the whole Indian motorcycle team. They work relentlessly, and we're just chipping away at it. And you know, Kyle, man, he's on a roll, and can't take nothing away from him. He's having a hell of a season. You know, we were on the podium kind of at MotoAmerica, you know, with the way that worked out. But you know, this feels good to actually get up on the podium and have a Pepsi.
How lighter is your wallet?
Well, I sold some T-shirts today to kind of offset the penalty, but yeah, it was a $1,000 fine and 5 penalty points, and I lost a position yesterday, and I had to start in the back today. But honestly, you know, that was a penalty. I buzzed right through the VIP group when they were going to the grid, and I accept the penalty, and you know, I didn't get kicked out, and I didn't lose my license, so. And to be on the podium today from dead last, it feels good. Laguna Seca is such a special place to be here in Northern California, and in front of the Indian Motorcycle Advisory Committee as well. And we had a big event this weekend, record rider turnout with Indian Motorcycle roam to the races. And as you can see, the paddock was full of motorcycles, mainly V-twins. So it's great to see that the V-twin is just continuing to grow. And you know, obviously the rivalry I think is helping a lot. It's a healthy rivalry, it's a spirited rivalry, and it's a lot of fun.
All right, well, congratulations and thank you. Second place today, Rocco Landers. Third yesterday, second today. I think today it was a little less drama than yesterday.
Yeah, I made it to the grid, which is crazy, insanely good for me, as of late at least. But my team's been getting on me about those starts, and it's kind of a bummer because like today I actually got a good start, but Herfoss got an even better start and kind of came across trying to get position, and I had to let off the throttle, and I just hear big baggers on each side of me just and then sound effects. But then once we got to turn 1 or turn 2, I just tried to kind of regroup myself. I thought I was having an issue, but I wasn't, and it finally became apparent on like lap 3, and I started charging, trying to do as best as I could. My team, they worked so hard to make this bike good. It's super consistent. It barely changes from the beginning to the end. The tires, these Dunlop tires are working so good. I'm stoked to be back in the box is the main thing. Like, it's been a rough season so far, to say the least. And team's been getting on me, so it's a little bit late, getting on me a little bit lately, and that's it's not what I like. So I want to be able to reward them with what they deserve, which is podiums and wins.
You feel like this will build some momentum going forward to the rest of the races?
I mean, you never can tell, but hopefully.
All right, thank you. Our winner today, Kyle Wyman. It's his 6th win of the year. He now has a 76-point lead on Loris Baz. Did you have a plan for the last lap? Had you resigned to finish second at that point? Or tell us a little bit about the last lap. And obviously Hayden Gillum fell out of what was a race-long battle.
Yeah, I mean, I was just sitting there, right? I got a mediocre start, and he got me into turn 2 there on the first lap, so I decided to settle in. And he had some pretty good pace in the first couple laps, and then, you know, as the tires started to fall off a little bit, I felt like I had a little bit better pace, so I was able to kind of fall back and gain back and fall back and gain back a couple times. And I was ramping up for I was really strong out of 10 to 11, so I was ramping up for a last corner, like one move, last corner, last lap, and you know, was right up his tailpipe going up the corkscrew on the last lap, and I could literally hear his gearbox explode. Like, the thing just absolutely, like, there was no gear to be in. So he was completely hosed. Luckily didn't hit him coming down the corkscrew, because I really, like, the bike was still running, so I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to accelerate at all. But yeah, I mean, I've lost this championship 3 years in a row. It feels like a decade has passed since I got that first one here in 2021. And I feel like I've given a lot of gifts in 3 years, and, you know, it's hard to say that I've changed anything this year. Just continue working and chipping and digging, and, you know, eventually things are going to start to go your way. And yeah, I just feel I feel like everything's just clicking right now. The whole team's working amazing. I don't know. James and Bradley both fall down? Yeah, I don't. Are they okay? Like, okay. Yeah. Those two guys have been busting their asses as well to improve the bike. Like, they, you know, I'm very conservative on the development side, and they will try literally anything. And it's really helped us, you know, open our eyes up to new possibilities and new perspectives, and it's really helped us a lot having both of those guys working so hard. And as a group, we're maturing as a team. Like, within the company, we're becoming a more mature organization, and that's really what's showing.
Well, congratulations, and also the next time we see Kyle Wyman, he's going to be a father for the first time. So good luck with that, and you'll enjoy the hell out of it, I'm sure.
Can't wait.
Any questions? Okay, guys, thank you.